Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are watching from. This is JP. I hope you can hear me. Just having a little bit of a technical issue this morning, just making sure the microphone's working. So if you want to let me know the mic's working, please say in the chat. We are streaming on YouTube, of course. We're streaming on my Facebook page, and we're also streaming on Twitch. It's 10 a.m. UK time, and just let me know where you're hailing from, and also where you're from. Let me know where you're from, what time it is there. We're going to be doing a couple of things today, and hopefully, as I say, you can hear me. But the first thing I want to talk about is this live stream, and this live stream is sponsored. And it's sponsored by our friends over at DistroKid, which is there. There we go. You can always tell I'm organised in the morning, can't you? This live stream is sponsored by DistroKid, which is a music distributor. And that's what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about how to upload your music so you can get it on things like Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, Deezer, Amazon Music, and loads of others, including things like your social media sites like Facebook, Facebook, Instagram, and even TikTok. And you can then use that music in your reels, and you get paid. So with the link that's on the screen, it's also in the description box as well. You get 7% off your first annual membership with DistroKid. And with DistroKid, you can basically, I'm going to show you my account with DistroKid. So you're going to have a look at my account. And I've just lost the window. There we go. Let me just show you this. So this is the pricing for DistroKid, and you're going to get 7% off this no matter what you do, which is there. There we go. So the first one is $19.99, and that gives you, basically, as it says, upload unlimited songs, upload unlimited lyrics, Spotify verified checkmark. You get a little checkmark on Spotify, and then collect earnings from royalty splits. It says at the bottom, not available, because I'm on the second one. I'm on Musicians Plus, and the reason for that is because you can have two artists. So I've got me as John Paul, and then you've also got I've got another one which is Tokyo Wasteland. So if you ever want to have a listen to some synthwave music, that's what Tokyo Wasteland is. That's me and Greg. And that's $35.99 a year, and that basically gives you two artists. But more importantly, if you have a look down the list, you've got things like daily streaming stats, but also customize the release date and customize the pre-order date. You can also customize the iTunes pricing, customize the ISRC code, and then, as it says, two artists or bands. And the top one is $79.99, and that is obviously if 5 bands up to 5 artists. And you go right up to 100 artists, it costs more. But obviously, if you're running a label, that is a fantastic option. So that's the pricing there. So I just wanted to show you that. But obviously, if you click the link that's in the description box, and it's the one that's on the screen now, that gives you 7% off those pricings for the first year. I'm just grabbing my tea. By the way, how are we? Are we okay? It's snowing. It's snowing in the UK. I know, weird, right? It's actually snow. So let me know where you are, and also let me know where you're hailing from. So if you guys are watching, streaming, enjoying your breakfast, enjoying your dinner, enjoying a drink, whatever, let me know, and let me know what you're up to. Right, cool. So this is all about how to upload your song. And what I've got is I've got a piano acoustic version of one of my songs, which is called All I Now Have, and is actually used for our hand fasting ceremony. I actually recorded it for me and my wife, and then we were talking about it afterwards, and my wife said, do you know what, it's going to be a great idea if you release it. I was like, okay, yeah, let's do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. I haven't released it before. I've got the file, and I've got everything that I need here on the computer, and I'm going to show you how we do that right here, right now. If you've got questions about how we're doing this, just put it in the chat. If you like the channel and you want to support the channel, then you can also put it in a super chat on YouTube as well. That helps me out and helps the channel out, and obviously I'm very grateful for that. But you don't have to do it that way if you don't want to. Right, so let's get down to business. I'm harbouring a little bit of a cold. You may be able to hear it. So I apologise for the sniffling. But that's the way of the world in January, isn't it? Right, there we go. Cool. So, once you've signed up to DistroKid, then what happens is you will get a page. Hang on. Come on, JP. Get it sorted, will you? That looks like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change it so it's like that, so you can see it a bit bigger. There we go. So these are my songs. This is a mixture of my songs, and you can see there we've got Tokyo Wasteland, and we've got a couple of things there. So you can see the last one I did was Trying to Say Hello, which was the oh, there we go. Which is the one I did, and I made a video all about how I made a video about it, if that makes sense. I'm just resizing it for me so I can see it as well as you. There we go. And this is your DistroKid account. This is what it looks like. Now, I've got a slightly different account. It's a priority VIP account because obviously I kind of talk to DistroKid, and we sort of do this sponsored stuff, and that's good. But even if you get the $19.99 version, you're going to get upload, my music, you've got stats, splits, upgrade, and bank. So if you go to upgrade, you'll get sort of that page we saw before, where you can see this. And then if we go to my music, that's where you can start. You can upload a video or upload music, because DistroKid also have DistroVid, and you can upload a video and you can upload music videos as well and get officially your Vivo channel and everything else. Then you've got the bank where all the money is, and then you've got all this other stuff. You've got goodies and promote yourself. I'm going to go into that in a minute. But what we're going to do is we're going to upload. So it says, do you upload music, fastest distribution in the world, or upload full-length videos? So we're going to upload music. Now, there's two things you're going to need before you upload anything. The first one is you're going to need the music. So you're going to need the file, which is the music itself. So, of course, you're going to need that to be able to upload, and it's got to be as high as quality as you can. And it goes through all the different bits that, you know, it is. So depending on which one you need, hang on a second. Sorry, my computer's just decided to go nuts. There we go. Yeah, so it depends on what you need. If you're running sort of like, you know, like an acoustic, or if you're doing a live show, or, you know, like it depends on what it is. If it's a full album, if it's a single, you're going to need all the music. You need it mastered. You need to make sure, obviously, it's right, and that's fine. Good morning. Glad to be able to catch one of these live ones. I know I normally do it in the afternoon, don't I? So I thought I'd do it in the morning, whilst I'm, you know, not awake and not fresh, and harbouring a sniffle. So yeah. If obviously, if you're on my channel and you don't know who the GarageBand guide is, that's Patrick. Patrick's amazing, and his channel's amazing, and he's now gone full-time on YouTube, which I'm very jealous of, and some amazing content on there, all about iOS recording, Mac recording, GarageBand, of course, and all the apps that you can get with it as well. Some really great stuff for the new one about... it's not your latest one, but the new one about the Audio Kit Pro, it's like sort of Steiger synth. That's really, really cool. I like that. So yeah, so good morning, Patrick. So basically, I'm fumbling around today, but there we go. What we're going to do is, let me just change my screen. There we go. So we're in DistroKid right now, and we're actually in the back end of DistroKid. You can see there's my account there, and what you do is you go to upload here or here. It doesn't matter. It's the same. And then when you do this and we go upload music, you're going to get a brand new page, of course. So if you give this a second, it'll sort itself out. Now, I said that you need two things. One, of course, is the music. The other thing you're going to need as well is you're going to need album artwork. And album artwork... Oh, you're welcome, mate. No problem at all. It's a fantastic channel. You're going to need album artwork. And album artwork, of course, is really, really important, and it needs to be a certain spec. So how can you get album artwork if you're not a photographer, or if you're not a creative designer, or anything like that? And I'm going to show you a real simple way to do this. And I'm going to show you how I did this. And I did this a couple of days ago, and it's free. So let's go back to our page. Now it's loaded. There we go. So here is our page, and you can see basically we marked priority for DistroKid by DistroKid stuff, and that's lovely. But the first thing you'll see is upload music is services, and what you can see is you can dictate whether you want certain services to be ticked or unticked or whatever you want. Now you'll notice Snapchat is actually unticked by default. So if you give it a tick, You must own 100% of the publishing rights for this release. They cannot do things like covers with Snapchat. There's a legal thing about that at the moment. So you guys, no I don't, or yes I do. I actually do for this one. This is my song. I wrote it. It's mine. It's not a cover or anything like that. And you can tick or untick. Maybe you don't want it on certain sites. I don't know why you would not want it on certain sites. The only one I can think of really is YouTube, if you have a YouTube channel. You could get a claim by DistroKid to say, hey, you're using someone else's music. It's actually yours. And that has happened to me once. So you may want to de-tick that one if you're planning on performing it or putting it on YouTube as well. But you can see all the different ones here. There's ones I've never even heard of. There's ones I've never even used. And you can see there's there. And then right at the end, you've got MediaNet and many smaller outlets. Now, if you give this a click, basically what it does is it shows you all the different outlets. MediaNet simplified, and there's loads of different partners, and they have all these different ones, and they keep going and keep going, but I won't go into that today. But it just basically shows you that there are more there. Now, the next one is, how many songs is this? Now, you can go to 35 songs, okay? That's like a double album. That's like a Pink Floyd double album, that is. We're going with one song. It's a single. Has it been previously released? Now, the song All I Now Have, which is my song, has been previously released, but this version of it has not. So to answer that question, no, this particular song has not been released. So if you've got a song that you've released maybe with another distributor and you want to re-release it with DistroKid, you can do that, because obviously if you say yes it has, then what happens, it says, well, when was the original release date, and it needs to know that information. But no, it's not been. This version is a piano and guitar acoustic version. Sorry, I'm sipping tea there. Quintessentially British, you know. And no, it's not been previously released by anyone, so it's all good. So if it has, then obviously click yes, and then put the release date in, because obviously you don't want things like clashing and stuff like that. Artist or band name. Now, of course, you can do this where you can put in a band name. My name is John Paul, and that's fine. And then if you've never done this before, you can see here, important, your only list your name, stage name, or band name. Don't include names without permission, as in presents or etc. Don't use emojis. Obviously, you can choose a random name generator, so we can do that. Should we do that? Wow, Commander Velda. Cool. Now, because I've picked up a brand new name, it says, are you already on Spotify, or are you already on Apple Music, or are you already on YouTube Music, or are you already on Instagram, or are you already on Facebook? So this takes a bit of time to sort out. But if I just put this back to me, you'll notice that I've already set myself up. And what you can do is you can actually go and set yourself up. You go, yeah, I'm already on this. No, I haven't. I'll go and get a profile. And this is really important for things like Spotify and Apple Music, because you can actually go and get yourself and claim your profile. If you think about this, my name is John Paul. There's John Paul Jones, John Paul Gaultier, John Paul the Pope. There's John Lennon, Paul McCartney. There's loads of John Pauls. So claiming mine as John Paul obviously is very important to me. If I claim it as Tokyo Wasteland, I've got to go and get Tokyo Wasteland stuff, which I already have, by the way. Don't try and get it. I've got it. And basically, what I've already set this up, and you only have to do it once, and then when you release another thing, it's already done. So it remembers it for next time. You don't have to redo it every time. So it goes, you're all set. This release appears in Spotify alongside other John Paul releases. And same with Apple Music, same with YouTube. And then I can go Instagram as well. So we can actually put the Instagram thing in here. So https://instagram.com. Does anyone else, when they do .com, just go to the guy who does the puppet? .com. Jeff Dunham. I just can't help myself. There we go. And then we'll do the same for Facebook as well. Now, why do you want to do this with Instagram and Facebook? Why do you care? Well, basically, there we go. I'm typing and talking, which of course I can't do. Why you'd want to do this, or artist already on Instagram, artist already on Facebook. It's not your it's not your like sort of like you can be your profile, I suppose, but you're showing yourself as an artist on Instagram and an artist on Facebook. So if then people use your music in their reels, you get paid for that. So it is in your best interest to put all this in, and I think it's just the best thing you can do. So this will now save this, so when I come back next time, all these 5 will be saved, and then that's just nice and easy. Date. Now, I'm on the Musicians Plus page, so when I'm on a Musicians Plus page, I can pick the release date. When you have the normal one, which is $19.99, you can't. It just releases it as quickly as possible, but you can schedule the release when you're on the Musicians Plus page, which is great. And what I would highly recommend is if you're releasing music, then have a look. This is a little bit of a tip that I got from someone else, which is basically if you're releasing music, look at the 2-month rule. Okay, so the 2-month rule is a month before is today. So today you would upload it, but you wouldn't release it. You would release it in a month's time. Then you've got 4 weeks. I don't know what happened there. You've got 4 weeks to promote your music and, shout out about it, tell the entire world. Then you've got release day, and that period where you're shouting about it, that's when you want your pre-saves. Because on day of release, the pre-saves all go live and thousands of people listen to it all in one go. That tells the algorithms, hey, this song is getting a bit of push, let's push it harder. And then you've also got 4 more weeks to kind of go, it's out, have you heard it yet? Right, okay, so you get my idea. It's not even my idea, but you get the idea. So that's what, if you're doing a release, that's kind of like a rule of thumb for a single or an EP. Albums are slightly different because, of course, you want to drop singles in and then drop the whole album. But if you're doing like single to single, then of course that's it. Now it does say in small letters here, setting your release date to at least 1 week in the future increases your chances of getting added to playlists. If it's important for your album goes live in all stores the same day, click here for info. And what you can do is on the Musicians Plus one, you can actually release this and schedule it so it releases on the same day for everyone. So I want to put this on playlists, so that's cool. So what we'll do is, where are we? I'm rubbish at looking at dates when it's just like a list. Anyone else? Let's do this for the 27th. So we'll do this for January the 27th. That's a Friday. And it says, right, okay, so you've picked a date now. So what's the release time? So what time on release day should this go live on Spotify, or others will be released at midnight in the same country? So synchronize the time in the listener's time zone, or in like 12 a.m. in New York, and then similarly in other countries. So it depends on what you want to do there. You can obviously change that depending on what you want to do. Whoops. There we go. Just making a mess of my desktop. There we go. So, do you want to pre-order at iTunes and Amazon? Don't let anyone pre-order until the release date. Or yes, let people pre-order it. Pre-order date can start today. So I've decided, let's just do midnight. Let's just do in the person's time zone. So I can say midnight where you live. It's going to go out, which is great because you don't have to go, well, it's midnight here, so it's like 1 a.m. somewhere else, and it's going to be 2 p.m. somewhere else. You just go, right, midnight in your time zone, it'll go live. Or 8 a.m. in your time zone, it'll go live. I love that. I think that's great. Now, this is Spotify only, okay? Just be aware of that because obviously with Apple Music, with Amazon, with Deezer, they don't have the power to do that. But with Spotify, they can actually schedule it so it releases at certain times. Now, if you want it all to go bang, the whole world listens to it at exactly the same time, then you would do that one. So it's totally up to you which one you want to do. I'm going to leave it like that. So I'm going to hear it later than people in America. Oh well. And then with the Musicians Plus, you also get the option to choose your record label. Now, if you release it through the $19.99 one, it'll just say basically released through DistroKid. And that's fine. There's no harm in that whatsoever. But if you go, it's released by, and I want to release it by John Paul Music UK as a studio, that's quite cool. I quite like that. Next one. I've just realised you can't see what I'm doing. That's why people are leaving. No, there we go. Right, let me go back to where I was. So, release date. Release time, Spotify only. Time synchronization, there we go. So you can release it in the listener's time zone on Spotify, or you can release it simultaneously, all countries at the same time, regardless of time zone. So why don't we do that one? We'll do that one. Pre-order, yes or no, on iTunes and Amazon. So just be aware of that. And then obviously the pre-order date, I'm starting that today. There's the record label. Now we're up to scratch now. I will get sorted. I'm sorry about that. Now, the next one is album cover, and it says JPEG, PNG, GIF extension. Optimal is perfect square. Optimal size 3000 by 3000 pixels. Now, this is the bit where some people stumble on, because it's kind of like, well, cool, I've got my music, I'm all ready to go, so just take a photograph outside or something, or just like go. No, you don't want to do that. What we want to do is we want something to look a little bit more professional. So what we're going to do is we are going to actually use a system which is completely free. You may know it already, and it's called Canva. And I use Canva. I'm not sponsored by Canva. I just use them because I think they're a fantastic system. I'm not a creative designer, if that makes sense. I do design my thumbnails and things like that, but Canva is a great way where you can actually, for free, you can actually get a couple of different things. Now I'm going to show you these. These are things that I've designed in the background. You may be familiar with some of them, like that one right there. I'm using it right now. There's my little logo for anything social media. There's my backgrounds and I've created for live streaming. And I'm creating one or two other things. That's coming out on Friday. And as you can see right here, what I've got is this is called Orange Minimalist Love album cover. Now, all I now have is all about sort of like being with the one you love. And if we go into this and this loads properly, there we go. Let's just change this to that one. There we go. Great. So, as you can see, I've now designed this and I've put this on here. Now, I do have the pro version of Canva because I've paid for it. I think it's totally worth it because it gives you so much more, and you can do loads of cool things with it. However, even the free version, you can get things similar to this and you can then design them yourself, and then all you do is click share. So we'll click share, and what we're going to do is we're going to click download. And then what I want is, I don't want a PDF, I want a JPEG. Now I want this 3000 by 3000 pixels. When you have the free version, you don't have, there's a maximum you can have, okay? But it'll still get accepted. That's the optimal. So I'm just going to go, cool, this is like 2.25 size. And the reason for this is because if you think about all the different places you can listen to music, if you think about like YouTube music on your telly, Apple Music on your telly, Spotify on your telly, think about like a 40-50 inch. If you've got something that's like this big and they blow it up, it'll look pixelated and it won't look great. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to hit download, and then what that'll do is it'll download it, and that's great, and it'll download it to my computer and put it in downloads. That's where I want it. So what we're going to do now is go back over to DistroKid, share, there we go. Cool. So now it's in my downloads, and then what I'm going to do is go drag or select new image. So I can select my image here, and then what I can do as well is I can drag it. So I'm just going to drag it in. There we go. It's as simple as that. How easy was that? So in a couple of minutes, you can create something through Canva. Go to canva.com. Again, not sponsored by Canva. I just think it's a fantastic thing. So I've called this, all I now have, acoustic version, because it's piano and guitar. And it says, don't increase the size of smaller images to make them bigger, it just makes them blurry. Stores will reject artwork that contains website URLs, Twitter names, or any image that's pixelated, rotated, or of poor quality. They'll also reject artwork with prices or store logos. Don't put an iTunes or Spotify logo in your artwork. Also, please don't reuse the same artwork for multiple albums. That's really important, because actually what you want to do is you want to I've just seen your message, Patrick. I feel like a fool for wasting hours on Photoshop. Well, each to their own. You have a skill there, which I don't have. For my thumbnails, I create some stuff on Canva, and the other stuff I do on Procreate on an iPad. So there we go. Everyone uses different things. This good thing. Please don't reuse the same artwork for multiple albums. That's really important for two reasons. One, you actually want it to make sure it doesn't look confusing, but two, you want to make it look like there's more. So if you've got a single, let's say you're making an album and you've got album artwork, and you've got this one album artwork, and you use it for the singles as well, but you just change the name. You can't really tell, when you go online and you search for your own stuff, or you search for someone's stuff, and it's like the same. It looks the same. Whereas if you've got maybe album artwork, maybe change the color, just recolor it. So it's the same thing, but it's a different color. I remember, I think it was Reef who did that, and they had loads of singles out for the Glow album. But what they did was they had loads of they took, I think they photocopied their faces and squished their faces. So each one was a different member and things like that. Or you've got the same picture and then you've got like a green thing and then a red thing. So these are really handy tips, and it's one of those things where if you're doing something that's obviously cohesive with the album, maybe you want the single album artwork to tell a story to the album artwork. Does that make sense? So single artwork, you know what I mean? So obviously don't use the same artwork for multiple albums. You own this artwork. Now with Canva, when you download it, you can use it commercially. You can use it yourself. It's no problem. Everything in it. Yes, stores will reject your artwork that contains images that are found online that you don't have explicit rights to. Now, this is a preset, and it is a preset that other people have used, but I actually haven't had an issue with this, so please let me know if anyone's used Canva for this reason and has had an issue, but I haven't. It is technically, all I did was change the names, and the pictures actually are left the same, but if you have used this and you've got a different thing there, and so you've used the same background, let me know if it's ever been rejected. But I have never had that issue. Next, language, primary genre, and secondary genre. Now, the reason why this is because obviously if there's any language, if you're singing in any language, it's very, very useful for that. And then primary and secondary genres. Secondary one is optional. I would always say don't make it optional, making it mandatory, because what you want to do is you want to actually tell things like Spotify and Apple Music where to slot it in. Now, look, let's just get real for a second. Musicians don't like to be slotted into pigeonholes. We don't like to go, we're definitely this or we're definitely that. Oh no, it's all unique. You're not. We have none of us are unique. We all follow a certain guidance. So my stuff is predominantly like folk Americana, where with my own stuff, with looping. And then there's like the Tokyo Wasteland stuff is definitely synthwave. So if you don't put that in, then what will happen is it'll go, well, where do I slot this? Where should we put this in? So it makes it easier to find. If you're and ahhing about it, what I would just say is pick the genre that you most suit towards, even if it's not exact. And if you totally believe that you're completely unique and nothing else sounds like you ever, then well done, because that's a brand new genre. Well done. So select a genre, and as you can see, there's quite a bit. There's quite a bit to go for, which is quite nice. So this is a piano and guitar sort of soft sounding piece of music. So it's not classical, it's not electronic. Could be soundtrack. Let's have a look. I haven't really thought about this yet, so I'm doing this live with you. Alternative, maybe. Let's go with singer-songwriter for the first one, but for the secondary genre, I'm actually going to put it down as, let's have a quick look. Could put it as alternative. Now you notice there's no things like chill or things like that. It's just obviously genres. There's no vocal in there. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put this down as... I'll put it down as alternative for now. I really wanted to put it down as soundtrack, but never mind. Now, we need to know what the name of the track is. So the track is All I Now Have... Oop! JP. Can't type. Okay, now it says, do not include featured artists here. If at cover, don't include original artist name and no years or dates. So this is now all I now have, brackets, acoustic. You notice that? Look. Looks like you may have a version. If so, please remove it from your track title and then add it below as a version info. Okay. So the reason for that is because I've got another one called acoustic loop, and that's why it's doing that. All I now have, let's call it instrumental. Okay, so add featured artist to the song title. No, there's no featured artist, it's just me. But if you go yes, it said add the featured artist here, and then you can add them in, and that's fine. Add version info to the song title. No, this is the normal version, radio edit or other. If I go to other, I can specify like version like this. So I can actually say special version. I'm going to put this down as acoustic version. There we go. So song title preview is all now have instrumental acoustic version. So maybe take out the instrumental bit. And this is a good thing to play with. There we go. All I now have acoustic version. There you go. That's what it would look like at the bottom. So if you're worried about what it's going to look like at the end with all this stuff, it shows you a preview here, which is really, really nice. Now the one, the audio file. The actual file itself, they will accept WAV, MP3, M4A, FLAC, AIFF, and WMA. I would quite like to disagree with one of those things. I'm just having a sip of tea. There's a cat hovering around my legs. Sorry about that. So, I would like to disagree with one of them. If you haven't guessed which one it is, it's MP3. I still think MP3 has a lot of compression, and if you're doing things properly, then you're probably doing it in WAV or AIFF or something like that, FLAC or something like that, where it is completely uncompressed. Now, the other thing as well is you can actually have another file which makes it spatial audio, and that's right under here. You can see that says Dolby Atmos stroke spatial audio, which is Apple and Tidal. So you can actually have a version mixed. Yes, I have a version mixed. So if you say yes, then you need to actually add that on. And it is an additional add-on, and it isn't cheap. And you can see that the WAV format is the ADMBWF format. Basically, it means it's a spatial audio format. So it's $26.99 for each file if you're putting it up in spatial audio. This one isn't, so we're leaving that. And then you need to choose the file. And then it says here, already got an ISRC code. Now, what happens is, when you create this and you just create it and you upload it, it will generate this thing called an ISRC code. An ISRC code is kind of like, think of it like a barcode. It's not a barcode, but think of it like one. And it's a unique identifier for every song in the world. Every song in the world's got an ISRC code that's been released. Every song that's been released has got an ISRC code. So this is really important because this is how you get paid, and this is also how you can get this tracked as well. So does it have an ISRC code? If your music went on the radio, does it have an ISRC code? Yes, give it to them. There you go. And then they can track it. There's no other song with that ISRC code in the world. So like every phone has an IMEI number, every song has an ISRC code. Think of it like that. So if you already have one, maybe you've got one from another distributor and you're bringing this to DistroKid, then obviously if you click this, you can add it in, and it gives you an option to add it in. I don't. We're going to bring this in completely from scratch, and we're going to choose the file. So we hit choose file. It's on my desktop somewhere, and it is that one. Yes, waveform 38. There it is. Open. So I had two because I needed to make sure one was all right. So there we go. That is it. And this was the one I did for hand fasting. That's why it's called that. Our hand fasting celebration, which was lovely. Thank you for asking. And no, it's not Dolby Atmos. Songwriter. I wrote this song or managed the songwriter. It's an original tune or it's a cover. Now, if you click this, remember right at the top, Snapchat will get declicked. just be aware of that. If it's a cover, Snap will get declicked, okay? But it's not a cover, it's an original. And then what we need to do is we need songwriter's real name, okay? And then to do the lyrics, to do the music, what do they do? So, let me just, whoops, I can't spell my own name. Well, I can, I just capitalize everything. So there we go. And then, is it explicit lyrics? So, is there any explicit lyrics? Yes or no? There's no lyrics, actually. Is this a radio edit? No, it's clean. It always has been. And then you can say, yes, there's an explicit version of the song, but it's clean or censored version of it. If you do that, it'll just basically say yes or no. Are there explicit lyrics? And you can see it changes because there's certain things you can't do with the explicit lyrics. Obviously, you can't do a radio edit if it's got swearing in it. Is this an instrumental? This song is an instrumental and it contains no lyrics. Correct, it is. Preview clip start time. So TikTok, Apple Music, iTunes, let the streaming service decide or specify a good place to start. This is really, really good because have you ever selected music on things like TikTok as part of a reel or anything like that, or part of a story? And then what it'll do is it'll show you the like a prominent bit, like sort of like a bit that like, oh, choose this bit, and it starts playing from that bit. That's what you can do. You can choose that. Didn't know about Snapchat. Interesting. Is there just no copy protection thing on? No, not at the moment. There isn't. There's just no copy protection. Snapchat is like the wild, wild west of social media at the moment. And TikTok used to be the wild, wild west, but Snapchat, it's to do with copyright law. So they can't. They're just keeping safe by not doing it. It doesn't mean you can't, but DistroKid won't do it that way. So yes. So by the way, guys, obviously Patrick is a little bit lonely there, obviously asking questions himself. Please say hi in the chat to both myself and Patrick, and say hi and say where you're from. Makes sense. So yeah. So let's get chatting and let's talk about what we're doing. Now, so you can let the streaming service decide, or let me specify a good part of the song. So if you've got like an absolutely banging part of this song, then what you can do is you can actually pick the exact minute and seconds that you want that to kick in. I'm going to let the streaming service decide. This is quite a chilled out, subtle piece of music, and that's fine. Now, something that most people don't think of anymore, but it's still around, is actually the price of a track if someone buys it. So you've got iTunes and Amazon. So iTunes and Amazon is still around. If people want to buy the music and not stream it, and they want to own a copy, they can do that, and you can dictate the price. Now, the normal price is 99 cents. Of course, we're in American dollars here, and you can choose whether it's 99 cents, 69 cents, 129. I'm actually going to put it down to 69 cents, and the reason is because this is under 3 minutes. So it's not like a long track or anything. I'm just going to put it down to 69 cents. If someone wants to buy it, they've got it. There we go. Cool. That is it for the normal stuff. Now, again, you can't do this on the normal $19.99 version, but you can do things like this on Musicians Plus, which is what I'm on, and this is why I'm just telling you about it. So, let's get back over there. There we go. So you can go track price, and then you've got 3 options. So these 3 options, is that coming up? I feel like that's not working. Oh, there we go. Cool. For some reason, you can't see this, but it's 69, 99, or 129. So I'm going to go with 69. There's 3 options. Tracks over 10 minutes long will be priced higher, but obviously it's only about under 3 minutes. That's fine. Now, there are some optional extras, which are genuinely awesome. It says optional extras, but optional but awesome. And you can bill it to your credit card if you update your card and put your card in. And we've got things called Discovery Pack. So Discovery Pack, this adds single to major global databases that catalog and acknowledge music information, such as Grace Note, Billboard charts, officially listed and linked in JAXA. You've got an audio fingerprint for write protection in ACR Cloud. Now, most people go, meh, what? What's this? Fingerprinting for write protection. Basically, audio fingerprinting, it kind of just goes, well, this is yours. Now, you'd think that would happen anyway, but because you're releasing it, but it's not always the case. So this is really, really good. Obviously, song recognition for millions of things like cars and electronics. That's done by Grace Note. And that is 99 cents a year. Okay, so if you wanted to do that, you can do. YouTube ID and YouTube Creator Music, $4.99 a year plus 20% of ad revenue. I can't speak. YouTube ad revenue from matches that we detect. Get notified and paid if your music is ever used in any YouTube videos. We'll add this single to the YouTube Content ID database and continuously scan for matches. When your music is detected in any YouTube video, you'll be notified and ad revenue will automatically go to you instead of the person who's uploading the video. That's sort of true because the music side will go to you, but obviously their content, you end up sharing it and sharing the ad revenue. Obviously, it says here, YouTube Creator Music allows YouTube creators to purchase a license to use your music in their video. So you can purchase a license and you get that money. And watch YouTube explain the content ID there. Should you do this? If you're bringing out, again, an album, or if you're bringing out something you know is going to be an absolute viral banger of a tune, then yes, I would do this. Because you get 20% of YouTube ad revenue from matches that they detect. So you never know, you could end up having your tune being used on a game show in Sweden. You don't know. Or someone uses it for a YouTube TV series and it ends up becoming their theme song. You get a load of money. So they could actually buy a license and then you'll get the money for that. Store Maximizer is basically DistroKid will automatically deliver the single to new online stores and streaming services as they add them to their catalog, which is often. We'll give you a notice each time we add a new service. $7.95 a year. Then you've also got social phone number. This is something that I think is crazy but awesome. Now, I live in the UK. You've also got, obviously, US, and it says get a real US phone number you can post publicly, text with fans or anyone, and collect their phone numbers. Texts have a 98% open rate, which is far superior to Instagram and Twitter, where only 2% of followers see your posts. New available numbers in 415. So you've got 415 and you've got these numbers. And you can basically have a telephone number that you can text your fans to. How cool is that? I haven't done that yet, but I think it's really, really cool. And if you were doing like some kind of public promotion, you can actually put the number out there and go, cool, what do you want to do? What do you want to see? And then you can start texting your fans. Of course, if you've got millions of fans, that could be a nightmare. But I think that's quite cool. It's really good. Now, if you are worried about your mix, if you're mastering, then go back and do mastering, or go and get a mastering service. But this will do loudness normalization, this thing here. So it increases the audio level per Spotify's recommendation, which is minus 14 dB in lufts and minus 1 dB in the true peak maximum. This sets the volume of your track to a competitive level without adding distortion or clipping that can occur during streaming services. So if you've mixed your track but you've not mastered it, maybe on one service it's kind of like at a level where the level's like here, but then on another service it's a lot louder, you get that sort of inconsistency. Whereas with the maximizer, that will help you with that. You can also get it mastered and code your audio using MQA, which is basically displays master badge on Tidal and delivers an audio file quality on other streaming services and devices, including Tidal, FIO. Never used FIO. FIO? Is it called FIO? Astel and Kern, iPhone and AudioQuest, and many more. So for people who use services that have got sort of audio file capabilities, then that would be there as well. The last one is called Leave a Legacy. Now this obviously is very important because as musicians, we have our music out there. It's under our account, and that's great. But you need to carry on paying your annual subscription with DistroKid, which is still way cheaper than paying per release. However, Leave a Legacy will never delete this single, even if you cancel your account or your credit card is declined. You can always choose to delete it any time or not. You will continue to incur royalties, protect your music, and leave a legacy for future generations. This is a touchy subject, but this is basically leaving stuff for your loved ones. Let's say you release stuff and then you're never going to release stuff on DistroKid ever again. You could leave a legacy and you can actually leave it there. They won't take it down. And then if you're getting loads of royalties from it and you are then no longer here, you can leave a legacy for your future generations and then obviously give them the money if you're no longer around. It's a bit of a touchy, weird subject, but what happens to your music when you're gone, you know, or what happens to your music with DistroKid if you no longer subscribe to DistroKid. So this is a great way of keeping your music up there and still grabbing the royalties as normal. So that's a really great thing. It is $29. It's a one-time fee. Obviously, if you're doing that for every single thing, it's $29 for every single thing that you're doing. So if you're bringing out an album, that's worth it. Maybe for one single, it might not be. If that single ends up in the album anyway, it's totally up to you. Of course, it is an optional thing. Right, last little bit. Important checkbox, mandatory. I've selected YouTube Music as a store, so I won't DistroKid later asking why'd you upload my music to YouTube, okay? I like that. It's quite funny. It's true though, because you upload it and go, oh, hang on a minute, my music's on some other page. Now you may notice on Apple Music on YouTube, when you actually upload your music, companies can actually upload what's called, I think it's called a topic. So I've got like a John Paul topic, so which is all my music, and it's just the artwork, and it just plays in the background. So yeah, it can be uploaded to another channel, which is a topic. But then if people play that, you get paid, so it's not a problem. It's not being uploaded to some random channel that you don't know. That's all about obviously this bit up here, which. I've gone too far. I've gone too far. About content ID. So it's all about sort of this bit here. So if you want to obviously take that, then of course that keeps the rights. But that obviously, if they upload to YouTube Music, so it can be played on the YouTube Music streaming site. So it's going to be on YouTube. So just be aware of that. I have opted in to Snapchat and confirm I possess the necessary rights and agree to the Snapchat publishing rights grant. So Patrick, that's what you would click here. I'm not going to go into that today, but go into that and that'll give you all the information about obviously their publishing rights. They're limited, basically. They're limited, so they can't do things like covers or stuff that's not owned by you exclusively. I recorded this music. I'm authorized to sell it in stores worldwide and collect the royalties. I'm not using any other artist name by my name, song titles, album, or without approval. And I have read and agreed the DistroKid distribution agreement. So, obviously, we tick these. I have read that before. I actually have. Oh no. And then we click done. Now, before we click done, what I want to show you is if you are interested in doing this yourself, then 2023, new year, new me. What you can do is you can actually use the link that's in the description box, which is distrokid.com/VIP/John Paul Music UK. Now, DistroKid starts at $19.99. The one that I've shown you there is Musicians Plus, which starts at $35.99. $36.99, $35.99, and it gives you 2 artists, and you'll get 7% off that. If you're thinking of going, hell, I'm going to start a label this year, you'll get 7% off that as well with that link that's just there. So thank you very much to DistroKid for sponsoring this live stream, because it is all about uploading to them. But I just wanted to show you obviously this link before we click done, and I want to show you what happens next. How we doing, by the way? Everyone all right? APT's in the house. Morning, JP. Got to run shortly, but we'll catch up later. No problem. This is all going to be available to rewatch. And my latest video, APT, just gave him a shout out about the pedal board, which is just over there. But thank you very much for your advice. Even though I did go another way, but it's great advice for people who want the pedal board on that Nux Bumblebee. Complete sidetrack there, but there we go. If you haven't watched APT's stuff, some great videos, all about sort of tips and tricks around looping and the RC600. Right. So just to recap, we are uploading to all these different places. It's one song. It's my name. We're uploading also to Instagram and Facebook and everything. The release date is the 27th. Release time is going to be simultaneous across all the places at midnight on the 27th. It'll be available everywhere. We're going to do a pre-order. Pre-order starts today. As soon as... Now, it says pre-order date starts today. It's going to be as soon as it can get it to Spotify, right? Or as soon as it can get it to those places. It could be a couple of days, so just be aware of that. That's why I've said use the 1 month rule of if you're going to release something, you know, do it a month from now, and you've got 4 weeks to do pre-orders, which is good. We've got album cover, which we did through canva.com, so I'm happy with that. All good. We've put the language, the primary genre, the song title, the version, as we've called it, acoustic version, so there it is. All I now have acoustic version. The file itself is now there, ready to go, and then it doesn't have an ISRC code, so when we click upload, it'll generate one. Then we've got, it's not Dolby Atmos, I am the songwriter, there's my name. We've got explicit lyrics, no. Is this a radio edit? No. Is it an instrumental? This one is, so yes, this is an instrumental. Then we let the streaming services decide the preview time for TikTok, Apple Music, and iTunes. We've picked the track price, because we can do that on Musicians Plus, so you can go 99 or 129. I've gone with 69 because it's only a short song, this one. And then you've got all these different things you can do. You can add these things on, including things like YouTube Content ID, Tidal mastering, and legal legacy. So, let's get done. So you can see now it's uploading the album artwork, and then it'll upload the track. Hopefully this shouldn't take too long because it is basically a bit of a short track. Remember, this isn't an MP3, this is a WAV, so it is about 40 meg. So, and I'm live streaming at the same time. So, yeah, this will take a little bit of time. So whilst that takes a little bit of time, let's do that. So of course, if you want to do this, go to distrokid.com/VIP/John Paul Music UK, and you can upload your own music. We're uploading live right now, in front of everyone. So, and the reason why I'm sticking with this is because I want to show you what happens once you've uploaded. Because some really, really cool things happen, and I genuinely mean that. So just give us a sec, and what we'll do is we'll get this uploaded, and we'll have a look at what happens next. Are you all excited? There we go. 59.6, 60%. Huh. So, my question to you is, are you going to be uploading music in 2023? I plan to be releasing a load of singles and then turn those singles into an album at the end of the year. So this is not actually one of the songs. I just wanted to release this anyway. This may go on the album at the end, maybe just an acoustic version, because I do like this song as well, and it's very important to me and my wife. So there we go. But how are we doing? On 73%. So if you are thinking of releasing music, then we're going to be having some conversations with people later in the year about releasing stuff. APT says, I've got a few tracks all ready to go. Definitely take a look at this. Absolutely. Remember as well, you can do covers as well. I've done covers. I've done Foo Fighters cover, and I've released that. No problems. It's great to license for you. You have to pay for that license, but it released it. It's dead easy. We're nearly there. Look at this, 94, 95. And you can release your own music, and you can release as much as you want for one price per year, which is brilliant. You're not releasing, like, you know, loads of different times. Hooray! There we go. So let's have a look. Done. And it says, that was easy, wasn't it? There it is. Your release date is cutting it close. We're sending the string. Yeah. Now, this is what I said to you about looking at a month, 3 or 4 weeks. We're sending the single to streaming services and tell them to make it live on the 27th. Because the release date is less than 4 weeks in the future, it's possible the single won't be live everywhere by a release date. This is due to streaming services' internal reviewing process and other possible delays at their end. There's nothing they can do about it. For future reference, it's important that your release goes live on all services at the same time. You should specify a release date at least 4 weeks in the future. This is why I'm saying do it a month. So do it like, 31 days, 28 days if you're in February. But 30 days, 31 days, more than 4 weeks, and that's it. Now, what you can do is straight away, instantly, right now, what they've done is it says, we've made a pre-save page to help you get more listeners. Share it now. You can edit the text before posting and paste the link into the website. What's next? You can upload more music, or you can add credits and liner notes. So you can actually do things like, who it was engineered by, who was on it, if there was any an extra, You can also do things like add lyrics, if there are lyrics. But this is what I'm interested in, this thing right here, because this is what's really cool with DistroKid, is they create what's called a hyperfollow page. And a hyperfollow page is basically a release for it's a page for every single release you do. I really, really like this. So if we go preview, of course, it's put it on a brand new page. So what I'm going to have to do is just share this new page now. There we go. Share, go. There we go. So I'm now in the sort of customized bit, and I can customize this page how I want. I want to have acoustic version, Spotify pre-save. So if you click this, share email address with the artist, and then what they'll do is it'll then send it over to Spotify. As more streaming services become available, this is the page you would send people to go, what do you want to do? So what you can do is you can actually send them to this page. This page, and then they can choose how they listen to it. If you're going to force everyone onto sort of Amazon Music because you like Amazon Music, but actually they listen on Apple Music or Spotify, that's not going to happen. They're not going to do it. They're not going to move. Whereas if you go, here's the link, it's got all the streaming sites on that my music's available on, much, much easier. And it's also one link for everything. It means that basically you can just put one link up, and you don't have to worry about the Spotify link, the Amazon link, the Apple Music link, the Tidal link, the Deezer link. It's all there. So this is really, really cool. Obviously, they've just created this right now. If I go into customize, I can manage this page, and I can edit this page. I can share it on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. I've got other pages as well, and what I want to do is I just want to show you what one of them looks like once it's all finished. So let me just show you very quickly. Let's show you Dance With Me. So this is the one from Tokyo Wasteland. This is one of our ones that we did, which is called Dance With Me. It's a cracking track. Go and have a listen to it. And I can send the link, you see. So what I can do is I can grab the link up here, copy that, and then what I can do is I can do that. And I can just put that in the chat. So now you guys can all click it and listen to it. So you can listen to the preview here. You can see there it's available on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Google, Amazon, Deezer, Napster, Shazam, iHeart, what was available at the time. And then if you click one of these, it will take you to that place. So you've just got to give people that link that I've just done right now in the chat. Oh, little message there. And then they choose how they want to listen to it, which is much easier, and it's a much nicer conversation to have. And then go, oh, it's only available on Spotify, go and pre-order it. I was like, well, I'm not on Spotify. I don't care about Spotify. I pay another service. Or I want to buy it. I want it on iTunes. I want it on Google. So there's loads of different ways you can do this. But it's a really, really, really cool thing. Now that's happened, let me just show you. Upload. My music. There we go. Right, so now let's go back to sharing multiple pages here at the same time. This. Now, as you can see, my front page of DistroKid has changed. And I now have acoustic version. Okay, and you can see here, there it is. It's processing at the moment, and then we'll get 100% automatically. There's no splits because I'm not working with anyone else on this. This is my track. Record label, all the stores it's going to get sent to. And then you can still add on stuff, that added features if you want to. So you can add on selected features, and that's all cool. But you'll notice as I've been adding things on over the time that it's got more and more places that they add on to, including Snapchat, which is amazing, and Instagram and Facebook and Meta and all those different ones. Now, what's really, really cool as well is you can actually now start using their stuff for promotion. So when you go over to here, can you see that? Yes, you can. When you go over to here, you've got DistroKid, DistroVid, and the social phone. But get heard now. You've got slaps.com, Spotify playlists, wheel playlists. Now, DistroKid have their own playlist, which is basically their own playlist here, which is called, and they've got wheel of playlist, and you can actually spin a wheel and it'll tell you which position that track's going to go into on the playlist, which is great. So it's going to go into a playlist straight away. But promote yourself. Hyperfollow we've talked about. Mini videos, free custom short videos to share on social media. Meme video generator. The one I really love though is promo cards. Promo cards are really, really cool. What you can do is straight away, it takes the album artwork and it basically imprints it onto this thing. So right away, we're at 3-4 minutes in and we go, all I now have acoustic version, create promo cards, and then give this a second. Straight away, there you go. We now have a load of promo cards that are 9x16 that I can use on social media. I can use it on Instagram. I can use it on TikTok. I could use this as a background for whatever I want, okay? And that's really cool. And that's just really, really quick. I don't have to create them. I don't have to Photoshop things. Hyperfollow is great. It is. So's this. So you were complaining before, Patrick, about obviously wasting hours on Photoshop. Look at this. I don't have to do a damn thing. I can just download these. So I'm gonna grab one of these, download it, throw it onto social media. Dead easy. Promote yourself. Mini videos. So let's actually just go. Okay, cool. Which one do I want? I want this one. This one looks pretty cool. Let's pick a song. Well, I have acoustic version. Wicked. And then generate a mini video. Now, you have to give this a second. What this does is it generates a video so you can use it as a reel. So if you wanted something moving, it'll actually reel it. Now, it says it's going to be about 5 minutes left. Oh, no, a minute. Any minute now. Let me show you one that I already did. Let's view this one. There you go. I'm tired. You're not even here. It says DistroKid, it says it's available, and it's playing music. I don't know if you can hear the music there, probably not, but it's actually playing the music there. And then we'll just check on this one. There we go. So we've just made this right now. There it is. And it's playing the music in the background. I haven't done anything. I didn't have to do anything. It's just done that. Lovely. It's about 19 seconds long. I can click share and download it, and I can put it on loads of different things. This is so easy, and it's free. It's included in your DistroKid membership. Even the $19.99 one, it's completely free, included. And I can't stress that enough. The amount of time that you take to create the music, create the album artwork, mix things, master things, and then you're like, oh god, I've got to create Instagram reels, and I can't be arsed. This is free, and I love this, and I can't push this enough. I think it's just fab. So these are some great things you can do, and there's loads down here. You can do things like special access. So you've got things like Spotify for artists, Apple Music for artists, artist channel for YouTube, connect to AudioMac, sign into AudioMac account to upload directly to DistroKid, the Collective on Twitter, Tidal, enhance your music. So you can do things like a Spotify canvas generator, free custom canvas generator for your Spotify release. Let's do it. Cool. So you can basically just pick from loads of different things. So let's just go clouds. Why not? Cool. I want that one. Let's use that. Lovely. Next. Processing. There we go. You can download that. After download it, the next thing is to upload it to Spotify. How easy was that? That is literally it. It uses Pexes. I've just realised it's on the small thing. There you go. So there you go. So if I say clouds, let's just pick a different one. Let's pick something that's lovely and moving. That one. That's cool. Yeah. Let's use that. So that's generating it now. There we go. So it says DistroKid on there. After downloading, next step is to upload it to Spotify, and then you've got your canvas generator right there, which is really cool. The other thing as well is protect your music. Now, this is slightly serious, but free unlimited backups of your music files through Vault, and also protect your music from unauthorized releases. There are obviously people out there who will take other people's music and try and release it on their own platforms. Distro Lock, it's a free sign up, and it will actually, it says it right there, stop jackasses from stealing your music and uploading it to streaming services without your permission. It's free to sign up. They secure the fingerprint thing, and you're protected. Now, obviously, it's not free. It's free to sign up, and of course, you can block stuff everywhere. So you can obviously do that. That is the audio fingerprint stuff, which is really, really important. So yeah, and then obviously you've got loads of things, as I say, special access, promote yourself, meme video generators, free videos that are kind of funny to share, gorgeous visualizations to show your music. Now the Visi video generator, this is actually to generate music videos for you. It's not free, but if you're wanting a music video very, very quick, then you can get ones like this, which are really, really cool. And then obviously they can sort that out for you. So yeah, we've just uploaded all I now have acoustic to DistroKid using my account. I just wanted to show you how that works. And if you've got questions, maybe you're watching this on the replay and you're like, JP, I don't get it. I need to understand this again. Watch it again. But also, you can, by all means, obviously ask me anytime you want to. How was that? Was that all right? I suppose I should do this. So because of that, this live stream is sponsored by DistroKid, which is distrokid.com/VIP, very important person, /John Paul Music UK. And of course, if you click that link, if you are looking to distribute music in 2023, if you're ready to do this, in fact, don't be ready, just get this now, and then you've got a year to upload as much music as you want. So it starts at $19.99. However, there are a couple of different tiers that you can get. And I've just lost one thing. There we go. There we go. And there we go. So it starts at $19.99 for the year. You can upload as much music as you want to. So if you think about every release that you're going to do, upload unlimited songs, unlimited lyrics, Spotify verified, and then collect earnings. I'm on this one. This is what I use. $35.99 a year, and I got 7% off my first year, which is good. Everything in the musician plan. But you've got all these as well. And I think this one, customize the release date, customize the pre-order date. I think those two are the most important things, because that way you've got time to promote your stuff. And it'll be really, really useful. Also, 2 artists or bands. So maybe you're doing stuff in a different format. Like me and Greg do Tokyo Wasteland. And then there's me as John Paul. Or if you're 5 bands or more, or 5 outfits or more, right up to 100, you can start at $79.99 a year. And then if you have a look at the upgrades, you can actually upgrade to different ones. So if you do upgrade to 100, it is £1,200 a year. But if you're managing 100 artists, then that's really good. So there we go. So if you go 5, it's $79.99. But yeah, I'm on the middle one, and I think it's fantastic. And with the link that's on the screen now, you can see there, basically, you're going to get 7% off your first annual membership. It's in the description box as well. Don't hesitate, sign up. I have, and I think it's fabulous. And it's one of these things where it'll push you. It'll just push you to go, right, it's January now. Let's just see how many we can do until January of next year. Organise Christmas songs, organise Easter songs, organise summer hits, organise like chilled out music, the acoustic versions of music, live recordings. There's so much you can do with this. So I just want to thank DistroKid for sponsoring this live stream. And yeah, we've just shown you how to upload your music to DistroKid and how easy it was. But also, as soon as you've uploaded it, you've got some really great promotional tools to actually use for promoting the stuff straight away, including things like promo cards, like reel videos, the hyperfollow page. The list goes on and on and on. Right, I'm going to stop talking because I'm going to let you get on with your day. But thank you very much for watching this. If you do have any questions, then obviously put them in, the chat. If the chat's finished, then put them in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up for me, because it really helps the channel. I really want to get this channel to 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're close to 16 already, which is amazing, and I can't believe it. It's really crazy. But I want to get this to 25,000. That's my goal for the year. If we don't get to 100,000, obviously, then that would be great. If I can be like like Patrick and get to 100,000 subscribers, then my life will change, because I'll do this full time. I've said it. There you go. If we get to 100,000 subscribers, I'll do this full time. It's as simple as that. Make me work hard. On that silly note, I'm gonna leave you with it. But thank you very much. Great run through JP. Cheers. You're welcome, Patrick. Thank you very much. And guys, have a great afternoon or morning or evening wherever you are. Bye. Sign up to DistroKid. Do it. Sign up. It's really good. You can release as much music as you want for $19.99, and you're going to get 7% off as well.